I am terrified because in this video we're going to expose the true nature of women from some experiment. I haven't seen this show before. It's my first time going to watch something of this nature. A little bit about me is that I was born in the United States and I have an American mom and a Peruvian dad. As I got older, I decided to go to my dad's homeland, which is Peru, and there they have a very traditional society. So I kind of was raised in the US, and the US pushes a lot of liberalism, and then I kind of got a little bit back of that traditionalness, not wearing so much makeup and just being a little bit more natural in the foods I eat and everything. And also gender roles play into that a lot because in Latin America, for many people, they have a very traditional household where maybe the women stay at home or something like that. And so it's more like the women are somewhat submissive to the men. And I mean, people get very sensitive about that kind of thing, but that's just kind of where I'm coming from. Is I just kind of learned to have more of a traditional family, and that's the way I was raised. But when I was growing up in the US, I know that it's just so liberative that now I kind of got more of that traditional side of myself back. So I just thought that that was important to share with you guys a little bit of my story. But now I'm back in the US and I actually have a Peruvian spouse. So that's quite interesting, right? That I have traveled and stuff. So subscribe if you guys think that that's interesting and you want to hear more, or maybe just want to stick around and react to more of this stuff with me. So let's go ahead and get into this video because I don't know what is going to happen. I'm terrified.
So if someone watches episode 1 through to the end, what do you want them to learn as they're sat there on their sofa?
I think one of the things is that you know, it's survival isn't gender specific actually. You know, women might approach stuff differently to men, but really it's about this. It's about heart and character. And
I'm all about being
Character.
independent, not, you know, relying on men for anything. But fire is really important, and
I knew it. The huge but, of course. It's like, I don't need a man, but actually I do.
the way that they have their camp set up, they have an area to put wood to keep dry. They have all the things they need to cook food. They keep their fire going because it's right by their bed. I mean, they just have a really good system going for them that we don't.
you get to see the differences. I'm being quite careful not to make it sort of a battle of the sexes and let people draw their own conclusions.
It sucks that we need the boys for some things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
This is the type of stuff that you just can't mess with. You can't change the fact that women need men. So why be upset with it? It's all about learning to work with nature. We can't be mad at winter. We just got to work with it, you know? It's just learning about to work with nature so you're not angry all the time and you can actually be productive.
we really need from them, and I hate that it's always like a bargain. Well, what can we get from you? And it's just so annoying.
I don't know what their mentality is. Every time they ask for something, they act like they deserve it, and they make it sound like we are taking more from them than they are from us, which is completely ludicrous. So every time we turn around, they're wanting something.
In a quid pro quo situation, someone...
But men and women always feel the same way. Women always feel like they're doing more work and men always feel the same way. And it's just about just doing it no matter what.
One in a position of power
Making a
demands sexual
sacrifice.
favors in exchange for job benefits.
You just want just a minute of warmth, and then you can just struggle through it. And when the boys said that they didn't want us standing around their fire anymore,
Unless sexual favors are given, there will be a loss of job benefits.
We had so many people writing in saying you've got to do a women's version, and you know, I thought, hallelujah, brilliant. You know, this is what we really want to do.
we've been crapped on since we've been here. We got 0 sleep last night. We stayed up the entire night, froze, soaking wet, and we haven't had fire because it rained and put it out, so now we haven't eaten.
It's like just the small things. It's like, I got wet. I just want to take a moment to say thank you, men, for... I mean, that guy's hunting a hog. Thank you, men, for all the hard work that you guys do.
Get the throat, get the throat! We're sorry, buddy.
It's about heart and character and, you know, determination, and that's not,
Yes,
you know, that's not
I
just a
love that.
domain of a woman or a man.
Can't be called one more.
So a part of having heart is making sacrifices so we can work better together.
I was thankful last night that we stuck to our guns a little bit after tribal and didn't run over and jump in the men's shelter. But going over there this morning, I have no I've never been so miserable. I couldn't get my tail over there to that fire fast enough.
Come on, guys.
This is a very high fall. Make sure you keep your arms to your chest and land on your back.
Jeez.
Here we go. Bill Johnson.
That looks like fun. I would love to do that.
Go, Nina!
Comes Alicia. Leave right now.
Oh, it's an edit. I just realized that.
Courtney with a serious injury.
I'm
holding
sorry.
that wrist.
But just the fact of signing yourself up for one of these shows is signing yourself up to be made fun of. Oh, she...
I'm really dizzy. I don't think I can do it.
I just can't. I just feel so dizzy. I don't know.
Everybody hold up.
Okay, so it's unclear right now what it is for sure. Until you x-ray, you won't know.
Yeah.
Which means we're not sure her status in the game at this point. So why don't you take her out of here?
All right, men, no tribal council tonight. Grab your stuff, head back to camp. Women, I'll see you tonight at tribal.
Yeah, those guys don't give a crap about any of us girls, and it showed it today. They don't care. We're not letting those muscles discourage us at all.
All right, let's load up the stuff, guys.
Girls, if we all just keep our head in the game and try to stay, you know, together and just take the boys down,
Oh.
then we'll just be one huge ball of badassness.
I feel like that's really difficult for women to be able to do because I don't know why women feel such competitiveness between each other. I guess men do too, though. But I mean, a lot of times we have to work together and just put our pride aside for the benefit of the whole team.
2,000 years later.
This
2,000?
hasn't been a battle at all. The men's tribe has won every challenge.
Badassness.
Words are
Yeah,
words,
no.
but actions are actions. Image or clothes or makeup or whatever our sort of stuff is, you know what? It's not what we are. You know, what we are is beyond all of that.
Chelsea and I needed to wash our hair with fresh water so we can look shiny and clean. What people look like, it matters. You know, there's like lots of studies that have been done on that. So we thought if we put fresh water in our hair, our chances go up, up, up.
Everyone's drinking water.
The reality is, if you're real masculine, a number of women today are offended by that. Just the mere presence of pure, unadulterated manliness infuriates some women today.
The Zoom.
When it ought to charm them. You know what? I said what I said. If you don't understand the logic or if you don't agree with the logic, go ahead and do whatever you want.
I'm just trying to make sure I heard you correctly. Does it matter the order?
Damn it. Shut up for a minute. I'm not in a good mood. Just shut up.
Relax, man.
That is so rude.
Can you not do that right
No, you can relax on it. It'll be okay.
We started working on our shelter, and lo and behold, as always, some of the girls came over and were like, can we borrow an amber from our fire? They didn't have fire.
Hey, do you mind if I can borrow some of your amber? It's just so nice. The men are doing all the work, and then the women are just like, "Hi, do you think you could lend me some of that?"
So
I don't think any of the girls want to stand over there. It's uncomfortable mooching off of them. I mean, they're all like, excuse me, move, move.
I literally just wanted somebody to punch me so I can be knocked out laughing.
talking about, well, we haven't been warm all night, blah, blah, blah. We're soaking wet. We're cold. We're freezing. So the guys have just, I guess, had to get this mindset like, no more deals. It's off. Like, you know, this is a game. We want to be nice, but again, we're playing for $1 million. Like, screw these girls.
Wow.
Crab hunting this morning and came back and found 6 or 8 of the girls in our shelter underneath our stuff, sitting on our beds, you know, soaking wet, you know.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing because probably you guys are like all angry about this. It's just funny.
Our fire.
I need to borrow your car right quick. What kind of shit is that? You want to borrow my car? Hell no!
The worst thing in the world to me is being wet and cold. And it's
The worst
been
thing.
like that for a long time.
Crying
Is that the worst thing?
is a waste of water.
It's so
Everyone's
water.
different, you know. I mean, the women gets really quite feral and shocking, actually, in a way that I'd never anticipated.
Put this back in the sea, shall we? Should we put this back in the sea?
Erica starts throwing away some of the group's firewood.
She's lost her mind.
We'll put this back in the sea.
It's just bizarre.
She's lost her mind.
What is going on?
She's now going to push some
The way she's struggling so hard.
wood in the sea.
Nothing is funnier than seeing a woman so mad but just like having no impact at all. And also the saddest.
Oh my God, I'm so
Ah!
fucking
Oh,
sorry.
I hate that scene.
One of the women on the island, which was, she goes, I can't afford to cry anymore, it's dehydrating me.
I feel such a dick.
Lauren, you're my hero.
Oh, thank you.
However determined they are, they just can't do it.
We are a team here, aren't we? Apart from Jane.
You know what? We're dealing with hormonal, irrational women right now. It's not even worth trying to negotiate, and at this point, I'm done.
Every time we caught a fish, it was like
What do you
a big
mean?
hurrah. Like, we know we can do something that the boys have been doing every day.
Stab a crocodile. Gut.
That like argument, it just bothers me though. It's like, oh, you're just emotional, I can't talk to you. And it's like, we're all emotional. I don't know. It is complicated. It is very complicated indeed, men versus women. I mean, this goes back to biblical times, like Adam and Eve. This is the type of stuff we are still talking about today. And we all just need to take responsibility for ourselves and know that at the end of our lives, we will all be judged for what we do. And it doesn't matter if the opposite sex is doing something else, because we just need to focus on ourselves. That's all I feel sometimes. It's like a lot. It's a lot.
Carried out of the jungle.
Jeez.
Glass ceiling broken, all the oppressed groups shall prosper.
So me and Troy go over to the women's tribe, and we propose that they let us use the net, because they obviously don't know how to use the net. So they go over, me and Troy go over and we say, listen, if you let us use the net, we'll give you 50% of whatever we catch.
I'm just like, 50 fish, that's enough. Everybody can have 2-3 fish each in both tribes. So, Jonas doesn't have a suave way about asking things.
What we want to do now, we're not pushing the issue. What we're going to do is just let them fumble around for a few more days and not catch fish. And they'll come back. And when they come back, the deal's different. It's not 50-50 anymore, because they're coming back to us. The deal's more like,
Is that all?
What do you mean, is that all? What the hell, you want, a hand job?
I want to fuck you up the ass.
Every day, our #1 priority is shelter. And we're so overworking on our shelter, and it's not. We got rained on all night last night. It's like every time we go to bed, we dread it, because we know we're just going to be sitting there miserable, soaking wet and cold until the sun comes up.
Girls,
aren't these people playing for $1 million? Like, if the worst thing you're doing is sitting in the cold a little bit, like, for $1 million, I would just do it, you know? But if you just expect to get everything from the guys' group to win, then it's not even really winning, you know? I mean, to at least sit in the rain and not complain, there, maybe now that deserves $1 million, you know?
Came back over today. They were absolutely freezing. I mean, I couldn't stop thinking about them last night because I just knew that they were absolutely freezing to death. And then they come over in the morning and they're absolutely frozen to death. And it pisses me off, and it's just not right. And that.
It's like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the fedora and the nipple rings. I have no idea what you're saying.
Was just like outright wrong. You just shouldn't do that. I want to help them as much as I can, because that's what it is being a man. That's what is being a gentleman. That's what is
so
being
cute.
Chivalrous.
Why the hell would you ever align with a bunch of girls?
But I think that's kind of a man thing to do, where we're really kind of like thinking it through, like systematically, what we have to do, like, you know, the army or something.
Definitely. Yes. So men are able to think in a progressive manner, but they focus on what is right there. Women try to automatically arrive at the answer, although a lot of times we're wrong. And we have women's intuition, but sometimes it's not always right. And it's just about being able to work with each other and being able to see the good and focus on the good exclusively and make a conscious effort to do so. Because if we're not consciously trying, then it's going to be wrapped up in bad thinking. So we need to take the time to write out good things about the opposite sex, or whatever you guys are in right now. If you guys are dating or if you're looking to date, just really focus on the good, positive things and the qualities that you want to see in your mate. Focus on those, because the more that we focus on them, the more of that we're going to see. It's like the more you're grateful for, the more you'll have to be grateful for, is so true. And it relates a lot to being with the opposite sex and working with the opposite sex. And it's hilarious. That video was so funny. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel so you guys can see more videos. Please subscribe right now. And also, I made my first book. It was really just a brain dump, so go check it out if you guys just want to hear of a bunch of different things that I was feeling and different lessons I've learned in life. So that's what the book contains, and the link is in the description. So you have to go to the description and click on that Amazon link, and that will lead you to the book. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!